Mom? Who are you? Are you lost? Come here. No! The Wilsons, Robert, Joanne, and their 9-year-old son Jaime, recently moved to the small town of Moretas in Brazil from Florida when Mr. Wilson was transferred here on the job. Robert worked for a company which was supplying produce from Brazil to the US, and he was to be a representative here. Though the language and culture was unfamiliar, Robert managed to speak broken Portuguese, while Joanne and Jaime struggled to cope with the new environment. Nonetheless, when Jaime enrolled into the local school and Joanne was introduced with the neighboring families, they quickly fit in. So how are things going? You must be having trouble getting around. It's been a little tough, but just learning a few Portuguese words have been a lifesaver. How about Jaime? It's been nice for him too. In all this nature, he loves playing out in the woods. The woods? No, don't let Jaime go out into the woods. None of us allow our children here. There's a creepy old lady that lives in these forests. People call her Bruja Velha, evil witch. They say she snatches children and eats them. Some years ago, a boy went missing in town, and he was never found. They say it was her. What? Haven't people gone to the police? Even the police are scared of her. They have these superstitions. If they arrest her, their families would be harmed. And besides, they don't have any strong evidence. Hearing about the strange old woman, Joanne was shocked and a bit frightened too. Mom, can I go play with my friends? Alright, Jaime, but listen to me carefully. Never go out into the forest. Either play on the field with other kids or in front of the house, alright? Okay, Mom. After moving here, Jaime had been having a hard time with everything, but ever since he joined school and made a handful of friends, things had been better. After school, he rushed to the field nearby to play. When he got there, he found all the boys huddled together, whispering something. Come on, let's go scare the Bruja Velha. What's a Bruja Velha? She's a creepy old lady who lives in the woods. Is that why Mom told me not to play there? Are you guys actually going there? Why? You too scared to go? Chicken! No, I'm not a chicken. Then you go first. Put on the spot, Jaime reluctantly gathered up the courage and led the boys into the forest. After a small walk, they reached the hut, tucked away in the vines and trees. There she is. Seeing the old woman sleeping on her cot, the boys gathered a few pebbles and threw them at her. The old woman got up shocked and immediately stared out the window. You boys, hold on. I'm going to cook you and eat you. Hearing the old woman, the boys all shouted, "Run!" But just as his friends all sprinted away, Jaime too followed, but soon tripped over a root and fell. As he sat up bearing the pain from his bruised knee, he saw the old woman walking towards him. No, no, let me go. Seeing Jaime cry, the old woman got him up, brought him inside the hut. Locking the door, she brought him to the table before hanging a kettle of water over the fire. Jaime trembled as he watched her get some herbs and throw them in. What are you going to do to me? Are you going to make me into soup? Please don't eat me. The old woman looked at Jaime and chuckled. She brought over the hot water, soaked the towel in it, and sat down beside him. Please, Bruja, please, no, don't. To Jaime's surprise, the old woman rather gently cleaned his bruise and took out some bandages from an old chest. Does it hurt? It does. This is lavender and rosemary. It'll help with the pain. Smells nice. After dressing the wound, the old woman heated up a bowl of soup and watched Jaime eat. Do you like it? The bread is hard. This old woman can't grind her barley like the old days. Finally, when Jaime was full and happy, she took him out into the woods and showed him the way back. Go straight, and you'll be home. As soon as Jaime returned home, Joanne noticed the bandage on his knee. Jaime, what happened? I slipped and fell. You have to be more careful. Come on, let me check it. Slipping the white lie, Jaime followed his mother inside. He knew she would probably be very mad and he didn't want to get into trouble. That night, Jaime placed a sprig of lavender the old woman had given him under his pillow and went to sleep. The next day, when he got to school, his friends all gathered around him shocked. You're okay? What happened back there? We thought the Bruja Velha caught you. No, I got out of there. The boys never dared to go into the woods again. But it was a couple weeks later, one day, when Jaime returned home, he found the house filled with the aroma of freshly baked rye bread and remembered the old woman again. Gotta go, Mom. Jaime, be home on time. Jaime rushed off with the loaves of soft bread. He would give this to the old woman. He happily skipped his way through the forest, spotting her little hut. He creaked open the door to find her sleeping in her cot again. Bruja? It had been an hour past 5, and Jaime hadn't returned home. Joanne was worried sick. She immediately called Robert, and the parents went out searching. Did you kids see Jaime? No, he didn't come to play with us today. What? Then where could he go? The parents were struck in panic and anxiety. The whole evening passed, and there was no news of their little boy. Rob, what are we going to do? Where could he have gone? But just as Joanne broke down crying, the parents suddenly heard the front gate creak open. there in the front yard was Jaime. Jaime, where were you? You had us so scared. I got a little lost in the forest. What? Jaime, I told you never to go in these forests. Something horrible could have happened. I'm sorry. No, a sorry won't do it, Jaime. You're not allowed to go out on your own again. That night, Joanne put Jaime to bed, and she and Rob finally got some shut-eye. But it was as she dozed off. She saw Jaime. Mom, please help me. Jaime, don't move. Don't go any further. Jaime! Waking up from that awful nightmare, Joanne immediately ran to Jaime's room. Relieved when she saw her boy sound asleep. The next day, when Jaime returned from school, he put away his shoes and bag and then simply stayed in his room reading and drawing. Wow, he's never been this well behaved. Probably trying to make it up, so I let him go play on the field again. When a few days went by like this, Joanne thought she let Jaime out. Jaime, don't you want to go play with your friends? No. What? Why not? I don't like them anymore. Joanne was quite surprised by Jaime's reluctance. Had they gotten into a fight? Jaime would never choose staying at home over playing out. But from that day on, it seemed Jaime would always keep to his room, fiddling around with his toys by himself. It was one day, she thought if she took him herself, the kids would patch up. But that day, when she watched her boy join the others for a game of football, she was surprised seeing Jaime play so well. He had never been the athletic kind. He barely had good balance, always tripping and bruising himself. Goal! But that wasn't the only unusual thing she noticed in Jaime. Jaime, have your mango smoothie. Mangoes and milk? I don't want to have this. You love having this. No, mangoes and milk are poisonous. What? Seeing Jaime run off to his room, Joanne was more than bewildered. You won't believe what happened. Jaime said mangoes and milk are poisonous. Oh, I heard that too. The locals here have this strange superstition with their mangoes. Oh, so that's what it is. Jaime had been coping quite well in Brazil. He didn't seem to be having any issues anymore. In fact, one evening, she noticed Jaime watching a Portuguese show. He understands it? And then one day, she found him writing Portuguese in his notebook. Jaime, where did you learn to write Portuguese? Are they teaching you in school? No. Did you learn from your friends? Sometimes we speak Portuguese. Wow, can you teach me? No. Can I go to my room? Joanne stood shocked as Jaime got up and left, almost irritated by her. As the days went by, she couldn't help but notice a strange change in him. All day he kept to himself in the corner of his room, reading or drawing, never going out to play, never even talking with her. Joanne felt as if she were with a stranger. What happened to Jaime? He was never like this before. They used to spend so much time together. He was happy and cheerful. I don't understand, Rob. It feels like he's not my son, but someone else. What are you saying? Of course he's your son. He's growing up, adjusting to the new culture, new friends. But when things went on like this, Joanne got a strange feeling something wasn't right. It was one afternoon while she was out in the market. She spotted one of Jamie's friends. "Ronnie, you and Jamie are good friends, right?" "Yes, Miss Wilson. Did something happen between you guys and Jamie?" The look on the boy's face changed before he stuttered. It was that day. We went to prank the bruja and she came chasing after us, so we ran. But Jamie fell. We thought she got hold of him." Joanne remembered the evening Jamie had returned with a bruised knee. He had lied to her. But more than that, knowing her son might have fallen into the hands of the old woman, Joanne didn't know how to feel. Was this why Jamie had been behaving so strange? Had that woman done something to him? When Joanne reached home that day, she saw her neighbor Marie passing by. "Marie, I was wondering, what you told me about that bruja, is there any truth to it?" "Well, just 2 houses down, the Alvarez's son went missing some years back. They tried everything to find him. The boys said he had gone into the forest. Police searched everywhere, but it was as if Reggie had vanished." Learning about Reggie, Joanne became anxious and stressed, remembering the day they had almost lost Jamie. "I got a little lost in the forest." As she pondered on everything that happened, all she could think of was that woman. She must have something to do with it. Unable to hold in her anxiety and fear, the next day, Joanne decided she would confront her herself. It was raining, but she went out into the forest and soon found the old woman's hut. Knocking on the door, Joanne found it open. She cautiously stepped inside. Looking around, the place was a mess. Far to the corner, on the cot, the old woman lay asleep. Joanne tried to make some noise, but the woman didn't move. So she walked up to her, calling her. She didn't reply. Joanne pulled her back. Horrified by what she saw, the old woman lay there, nothing remaining of her body except her shriveled skin against her bones. She's no more. Living all alone out in these woods, isolated and outcasted by everyone, the old woman had passed away without anyone even knowing. Frightened by what she saw, Joanne rushed out, returning home. If this old woman had been dead all along, if she had nothing to do with it, then what happened to Jamie? Panting as she reached home, Joanne shut the door and took a breath of relief. The house was silent. Jamie was probably in his room. She went to check on him. But the minute she opened his door, she froze, seeing Jamie standing to the corner, drawing on the wall. "Isu Reggie. I am Reggie." It was about 3 years ago. Reggie was only 11 at the time. Every afternoon, he used to go out with his friends to play football. But it was one day, while the boys were playing in the woods, They happened to get into a fight, and one of them pushed Reggie. It was then that Reggie accidentally slipped and fell in a ditch, fatally hitting his head on a rock. Afraid and panicked, the kids promised never to tell anyone what happened and left Reggie there. And eventually, when Reggie was reported missing, they all lied. We went into the forest. We saw the Bruja Velha come after us and we ran, but Reggie never returned. They blamed the old woman, and eventually the news spread in town. And when Reggie's body was never discovered, people began to assume she was behind it. She was a witch. She was evil. But the truth was far different. And the only person who knew the truth was Jaime. When he discovered the old woman's remains that day and ran off into the woods to fall into the same ditch Reggie lay for years. Is Jaime possessed with Reggie's spirit? Isu Reggie.
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.